everyone, my name is Dawn and welcome to my little Art Yurt. For those of you who have never met me before, this is my art space, my art studio, my art classroom, and it's where I teach children, adults and teenagers art after school. Today you guys are here because you're going to join me in learning about this amazing American artist. She's an author as well as an illustrator. I like to just call her an artist and a writer. She is from America and her name is Lois Ehlert. Lois Ehlert. This is a picture of her, this very cute looking happy grandma in her studio working. So that's her name, Lois Ehlert. Lois Ehlert creates beautiful picture books for children, and this is one of the picture books that she creates. It's called Scraps. Lois Ehlert is an American artist, and she creates beautiful pictures by cutting pieces of paper, fabric, different things, and putting them together to make, see, this is her little draft, the way she plans a book for a child, and then she creates pictures like that. See, I'm not sure if you guys can see. Her method of creating art is called collage. There you go. My technique is called collage. I cut out scraps, like pieces of a puzzle, that I assemble and glue into place. So she uses different pieces of paper, she uses scissors, she uses glue sticks and different types of glue, and she creates pictures like that. Lots of different shapes, interesting things. It's a bird. So I'm not, oh, see this one. This is a very cool book. This one, Leaf Man. I've got a few of her books. My son, he is 16 months now. He's a baba. He loves her books. And one of the books that we have, which is his favorite book, is called Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. I know, it's a funny name. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom is a book about the alphabet. All the alphabets climb up the coconut tree, and then the coconut tree couldn't support all the alphabets because it got too heavy. So it all came crashing down. And then, of course, they climb back up again. They help each other up. So yeah, my son loves that book, and that book is also by Lois Ehlert. I'm going to quickly show you some of her work very fast. So this one is called Planting a Rainbow. If you look very closely, this is not a book. I've just printed this out to show you guys the pictures. But if you look very closely, look at the beautiful flowers that she has created using paper. Can you see the different shapes? Oh, very nice. See, even this one, like black spotted paint. There's a butterfly there. Okay, there's also, let me see, one more I'm going to show you quickly. Oh, this is the back of the book. But look at the shape of the different flowers that she's created. Very cool. So I've shown you some of her work. Today we are going to get inspired by her, and we are going to create our very own Lois Ehlert collage. We're going to make a spring floral or spring garden collage. Sorry, it's in the morning. It's very early in the morning. My brain is got all these words in my head and I can't remember what I was going to say. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to create a spring flower garden using just simple things like paper. So these are the things that we need today. We need paper. I like to use a big A3 size, so it's double A4. A3 size paper. It can be any color. You can use pink, you can use black, you can use white. I like a dark color so that my colors, when I put it on, when I glue it on, it stands out. It creates contrast, and you can see like it's almost like the flowers are popping out from the background. So I like to use a dark colored background. It's up to you what colors you want to use. So I've got dark colored paper today. You can get a hole puncher if you have. If you don't have, this is how you get holes on paper. If you don't have a hole puncher, don't worry about it. You don't really need it. You can get a pair of scissors. Okay, please don't fling your scissors around like that. It's very dangerous. You don't want to cut your hair by accident. Oops! One side short and one side long. So keep your scissors. Hold it like that, okay? Put it on the side. You need a good glue stick. And of course, you need colored pieces of paper. If you don't have colored pieces of paper, you can, no stress, you can take some paints or crayons out and you can color them. And then you've got colored paper. Or you can, if you don't have paints and you don't have crayon, if you've got food dye at home, you can also use food dye to paint the paper. Put a bit of water, the food dye, mix it a little bit, and then you can paint it. So I've got all these loose pieces of paper that I've cut out, and I like to do, whenever I teach collage with my kids in the yurt, I like to actually put the different colors in different trays like that, or different bowls and plates. So that's what I've already done. Okay, so make sure you've got your colored paper, and we are ready to start. So first thing first, whenever we do a collage, I like to start gluing things that are right at the back, in the background. So for example, we're going to start by using some green, because I'm going to create some tall stems, okay, and leaves, and then I'm going to do the flowers. So very, very quickly, I'm going to show you. You can cut out some long strips just like that, okay, for the stem of the flowers. It can be wavy strips like that as well. It doesn't have to be straight stems. Maybe think of your garden. Is your garden a special, enchanted, magical garden that has interesting plants that have super special magic powers, and they are wavy? Maybe they are, oh, I found an extra green piece. Ta-da! I'm gonna use this too. You can even have like zigzaggy stems, like for example, oh, I found a zigzag one that I've cut. Ta-da-da! Special. You can use different types of green as well. I'm gonna create some tall, long stems. Okay, so basically just cut different pieces of stems out. You don't have to use green. If you want your stem to be like brown, that will also work. Maybe your piece is not about spring, because where I am now in Melbourne, that's where I live in Australia, Melbourne, it's spring, and everywhere there's lots of flowers popping up left, right, up, down, center. It's very, very pretty. So that's why it inspired me to teach you guys this art activity. But you don't have to create a spring piece. You can create a summer piece. Think about how your summer garden looks like. You can create a piece of a winter's garden. Maybe your picture has a lot of blue, a lot of white, a lot of grey, because it's winter and everything is a bit, you know, sleeping. Or you can create a piece that has orange flowers with orange and red stems and brown leaves and things, because it's autumn. So it's up to you to create whatever garden collage you want to do. For me, I'm going to do spring, because I like spring. So once you've cut out a few different stems, you can use your glue stick. And this is where a lot of children, a lot of you guys actually, whenever you glue things, this is what you like to do. Dun, dun, and then you go, oh, it's sticking my fingers, there's glue everywhere. Ew. No. You know what you can do? Use your glue stick and just apply it directly onto the paper. Because this glue, or actually most glue sticks, once they are dry, you can't see it. It disappears. There's no color. Like this one is purple. So when I put it on white paper, you can see purple lines. But once it's dry, you actually can't see the purple anymore. So basically, I like to use my glue stick. And I like to just apply glue directly onto the paper. And then I pop my piece of paper down. And this way, yes, I might still get sticky fingers, but it's not as bad as if I do this. And then it takes forever. And then the paper gets stuck. And then, ooh. If you are one of those children who really hate using the glue stick, don't freak out. Take a piece of wet wipe or a cloth and put it on the side. If your fingers get really, really icky, like, ooh, just wipe it. Okay, don't worry about it. Your fingers are not going to drop off. I assure you. You're not going to become a zombie just because you use the glue stick. It's all safe and fine. Okay? So very quickly, you're going to just keep gluing down. And along the way, you can create more leaves also. And you can cut different shapes out. I finished one earlier on, so I'm going to show you because I'm speeding this up. Ta-da! So this one is my sped up version. As you can see, the glue stick has dried. Yes, you can still see it's a little bit shiny, shimmery at the back, but it's basically the same color. You can't see that there was purple at all. So yes, I've done my leaves and I've done my interesting little stems. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna do the flowers. So choosing the different colored paper that you've got, you can do, I'm gonna start with pink maybe. You can do interesting shapes like that first. Da, da, da. Okay, and same thing, once you cut out your shape, put your glue down, and then see, you can pop it on. And this is where it can get a little bit more exciting, because you can get all creative and you can actually stick things over each other. See, I've got this funny little shape here, and I'm gonna stick it at the base. So this now becomes an interesting flower. See, almost like a Banksia actually. I think that's what it's called, Banksia. I can also use my hole puncher. Remember earlier on we talked about using the hole puncher if you have one. If you don't have one, don't worry, the sky is not falling down. You don't have to go, I don't have a hole dryer. I mean, a hole puncher, not a hole dryer. Don't worry if you don't have one. You can cut circles out. If you've got one, you can simply take out the back of your hole puncher, the cover of your hole puncher, and you can punch some holes. Ooh, blah, blah, blah. You can punch some holes. Okay, see, and the little bits that came off, you can use them in your collage. So I'm gonna make polka dots on this flower. Same thing, I'm gonna apply the glue. I know you guys are like, oh, it's purple now. Like I said, it will dry and then it will become clear. See, and I can drop the polka dots on. My fingers will get a bit sticky, but like I said, you can use your wet wipe and you can wipe it on the wet wipe. Okay, or you can just rub your fingers like that. Okay, some more. So for those of you who didn't know, Lois Ehlert, she was inspired by nature, or rather, a lot of the picture books that she creates, a lot of the art that she creates over the years, she's still actually making art. I think she's like 85 years old now, and she's still making art. But yes, a lot of the work that she creates are all nature inspired because she loves nature. A little bit about her childhood. She grew up very, very lucky because her mommy was a seamstress. So if you don't know what a seamstress is, a seamstress is a person who sews clothes. Okay, who sews clothes, men's clothes, designs, well, not really designs clothes, but you know, men's clothes. A tailor, that's what the mom is. And from a very young age, she saw her mommy cutting pieces of oopsie, I'm very clumsy. But yeah, she saw her mommy cutting pieces of fabric, working and sewing clothes. And she was very lucky because her mom would give her all the leftover pieces of cloth, pieces of fabric, so that she could actually work on creating her very own, you know, random collage. And yeah, that's how she got a lot of fabric to work with, cloth to work with. And her dad ran a basement workshop, and he had all these special tools like a hammer, the nails, and wooden pieces of wooden boards and things. So Lois Ehlert was very lucky because she could nail things, she could create like, you know, collage made with wood, with cloth, because she got the cloth from her mommy. So from a very young age, she was already playing around with all these little things. So yeah, and then when she grew up, she started to realize that, oh, she did a lot of drawing, a lot of painting, but the one thing that she absolutely loved was making pictures by using Mr. Scissors. Okay, I'm just gonna block my face in case I cut off my nose, but yeah, she enjoyed cutting pieces of paper together to create cutting pieces of paper and sticking them together to create collage. So yes, very interesting childhood with nails and fabric to play with. So good. So basically, I'm just gonna, as you can tell, while I was talking to you guys and telling you guys about her childhood, I was just cutting and adding more things. So you can keep going, and if you want, you can also make your paper a little bit fancy if you're bored of using the same color. This is where it gets a bit messy, so don't freak out, parents, but it will be all under control. Get some food dye if you want, and a toothbrush, an old toothbrush that you're no longer using, because if not, you'll get purple teeth. But get the toothbrush and you can put a little bit of food dye or paints or color, and you can flick, and you can get little flicks, or you can just use pencil and, you know, do little dots. Lois Ehlert, she likes to use a grater, a cheese grater, and she uses a crayon and she will run over it to get little polka dots. But yes, anyway, keep going, keep pasting, and when you have finished, this is what you'll get. This is something that I've been working on. This is a piece that I've been working on, and I hope you guys have enjoyed today's class and you'll end up creating a wonderful piece just like her. I hope this class has been fun.